All right. It's time to start. I'm running late again, as I always am. Anyways, let's get into tonight. Tonight on the Disciples of Rock show with your host, DJCRU, we're going to present Three Mind Blight. Tried talking to them quite a bit. Unfortunately, I've got, as always, had permission to play their music, but couldn't seem to sync up with getting them online. Of course, if you are listening, Three Mind Blight, feel free to figure out how we can get in touch with each other. It'll take time to try to set up a actual interview as far as webcams and everything. But fear not, you can always call in through the Facebook Messenger, and that should let your voice out enough that it can be heard. If not, there's always other ways, Discord, whatever, Skype. That way we can at least get your point of view on your music. Because it's always better than come to hear your music or hear about your music from the source than from some idiot moron like me just sitting here talking and putting the stuff out there. With that said, let's go ahead and get right into the music. We're going to kick it off. What do I want to kick off with? Let me see here. We're going to kick it off with one of the first tunes I played called A Blight Side. Or no, you know what? We're going to kick it off with a double shot here. We're going to kick it off with Letting Go and Until the End. So, with that said, let's jam out, rock out, and have a good time. All right? Sounds good?
It mattered, my anger was shattered, and a new life began. No one will ever know the way I really feel. Somehow I'll let it go.
All right. So let's kick off with the next one. I totally love that tune. I'm going to talk a little bit about the band after this song, but that was one of the first songs I played by them, Letting Go. And I don't know, something about the hard charging. He's got kind of that Zach Wildy type rasp in his voice, maybe even more raspy, I think, but it's pretty cool. And then when he gets into those, it's been a long time coming. I kind of like that. So always been a driving force for me. These songs are roughly 2 or so years old. I could get more into that if he was on with me tonight, but he's not. So I'm going to be going over some of his stuff on his website, and just so you know, we'll be watching a few videos. Again, bands that are listening or whatever, I'd appreciate you actually coming on the show, and if you can't, let me send you a list of like 10 questions, and you can record it and send it back to me. Also, send me videos that I don't have to try to scam off of YouTube, because I barely got it working right, and it's still showing all the YouTube page and everything. I don't want that. So, but yeah, we're going to do that tonight. That's, only second show since I've been doing it this way. So it's even a little bit more impressive than it was last week. So we'll see how it goes. Anyways, with that said, until the end, 3 Mind Blight. all right. That was Until the End and followed up with Blight Side. So, yeah, that's some good stuff there. We're going to go into, let's see here. We're going to play one more tune and then get into some videos from Blight Side. But this is a newer tune that we're going to be playing, and it's featuring another artist with him. But yeah, I want to talk a little bit about Three Mind Blight. He's born and raised in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Mike Bouchard. I think I said that right, hopefully. I always thought he should be called, change his name to... Actually, Bouchard's a cool name, but I thought he should change his name to Mike Blight. And he single-handedly... This is right off his page. Single-handedly carved out one of the most extensive independent careers in modern music. Dude's awesome. And the other band I'm going to play tonight comes out of Texas, so I kind of kept it combined. Normally, I try to stay with one artist since it's only a 1-hour show, but if I can't get enough material and enough to talk about, then I have to add somebody else in to kind of round it out. So I decided to add in High Desert Queen tonight as well. But he's been releasing original music on a regular basis since 2018, which is quite a few years, you know. But he appeared 15 years ago as a music producer, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, he developed his own label and publishing, which there's a lot of people doing that in the last 5 years. Some good, some not. You know, I mean, it's all over the board. It's kind of hard to do. Most of them seem to do it for themselves, but then start working with other artists, and that's always really cool. And that seems like that's what he's doing here, working with other artists, whether it be with him or maybe producing some of their own stuff. I don't know. But I kind of like this. He's a really nice guy. Talked to him a few times when I was DJing on all the other, you know, radio stations at one time. You know, when I was started working with him about a little over a year ago. Well, maybe more than that, about a year and a half, because I haven't really DJed hardcore for the last 6 months since I think it was like February of last year I stopped again. But before that, I mean, I've been DJing for 22 years and been in bands and things myself. So I took a quite long break, and I came back, and I was on like 5 stations. And between some of the, unfortunately, between some of the owners and myself or whatever, there's a lot of just disagreements because things have changed. You know, as a DJ, I'm great. I'm a good DJ. I could talk and do all what I got to do, but I'm not much at following all the rules, I guess. But it is what it is, and that's why I do my own show. But yeah, I talked to Mike a couple of times through emails, things like that. We did speak one time on the phone a long time ago, but great guy, very nice guy. He's always been very supportive of things that I do on Twitch, YouTube, things like that. So the guy is more than generous with his time, and he produces some really kick-ass music. That's why I wanted to feature him tonight, because I really like him, and I think his music is really awesome. And I think that whether I have, you know, 5 people tonight or over the next week or two, 40 people hear it, that's great. I am doing some clips and throwing it on YouTube as well. So my goal is to try to get at least 100 people to hear his stuff, and then they can go and check out his bio and his stuff. He's 3mindblight.com, so if you want to check it out, he's got a lot of videos, a lot of good music, and then you can go to different things to buy his music and download it. Really great dude. Anyways, with that said, let's continue on because I'm kind of rolling in my thoughts. And I want to make sure to continue to get out good music for y'all. So let's go ahead and play this tune that I just got from him. And it's pretty cool. And if you notice, the artwork on here is of him and Samantha T. And it's called This Is Not the End. And this is not the album artwork. It's just some artwork he made. So I want to be clear on that. But I wanted to play this track. And so let's go ahead and hear it and jam out. And then we'll be switching gears, okay?
These times of sorrow make you feel
one hell of a song. That's the newest track. God, that's a really sweet tune, isn't it? A little bit of that one actually sounds a lot different than the other ones. Obviously, the other ones are like 2 or so years old, and that one's pretty new. But you can see the progression in his voice, and adding her on, it really gave more kind of, again, the Zakk Wylde vibes. Kind of like, what it reminds me of a little bit? Like in the tempo of In This River. So yeah, I was really excited about that tune. That was a really good tune. So thanks, Mike. I appreciate that. That was a great tune. Let's continue on and bring in some video. And as you can see on the left, I put a song list up. These are the 4 songs I played tonight. Now, I'm not going to put on the videos, but as far as on the list. But these are songs that I just played without video, so that if you want to look them up or check them out on his page or on YouTube or download the song, or hell, to be honest, I'd go to his website, download and purchase this actual album. I gotta look again because I noticed there's one album there I think to purchase, but definitely kick ass, man. Woof. Yeah, I love it. Let's go ahead and switch gears here and get into a little bit of video. I think that might be fun. What do you guys think? Well, I don't know. Nobody's here, right? That's all right. Let me click the button here. And we'll get into some videos. I don't know why it's being stuck here. Oh. Okay, here we go. And it's the first time I've tried to do this, so I tried it in tests, but I haven't actually done it yet tonight, so hopefully I can do it right. Okay, let me get it loaded up. I wasn't ready. Sorry about that. Trying to do too many things at once, and that always messes you up. Can't do that when you're live. And FYI, I can actually sit here and make this on my own and then put it in my edit machine and have a lot more cool stuff going on in it. Because I watch a lot of these guys that do just talk or do music or whatever, and they do have a lot of cool back screens and stuff. A lot of them use green screens and all this, but they're more experienced at doing it than I am, and they probably are using OBS and I'm not. Whereas I could literally download and do this on my own and then put it in my edit software and make it look pretty, but then it isn't live. And part of the thing is I want to be live so that when people are here and I'm here, they can ask questions, or if my artist does want to do the interview, they can ask the artist questions directly, not like through a text that they got to get back to them because the artist is going to be gone. Or also, so when I am messing up and stuff, it shows you this is real. Hell, it's just like being on air. Obviously on air I don't mess up that much because everything's right there, but still, just gives you a whole idea of everything that goes on behind. And, it is what it is. I'm not the best, but hey, I try to bring the best. That's all I really want to do, is bring great tunes to you guys, and showcase these great artists who have allowed me to play their stuff and enjoy their music, because there's so much more out there than what you're hearing on the actual, like Octane or your local radio station or your local hard rock station. There's so much being missed. There's a lot of great bands in the hard rock scene, but to be honest, I think over the last 5 years, it's gotten very generic-y. Not as bad as pop music or stupid rap, which with stupid rap, a guy has one hit, and then 10 years later, they're still talking about the guy who had one damn hit. A bunch of one-hit wonders, or maybe one-album wonders. With the indie scene, it's very still hardcore rock, and you hear a lot of inspirations from old rock. Sometimes newer rock, but sometimes both, like bands like Avenged Sevenfold, not indie, but who played, you could hear the 60s, the 70s, the 90s in their music. And see, that's what I enjoy. And with the indie artists, they do that stuff, but they also put their own flavor, and they don't care they all want to be rich and famous, we all do, but they tend to, at least initially, just put their crap out there, don't care. And that's why sometimes nowadays in the modern music you hear some kind of like rap in songs, which I'm not a fan of, but it's whatever. Or you have a rap guy and what I call dirty vocals guy and the clean vocals guy. I really am a fan of that. I love the dirty vocals with a lead, a lead good hard vocal. A lot of great bands like Limp Bizkit used to do that. God, I can't think off the top of my head, but I really enjoy that shit, and that's what I'm so excited, and that's why I want to bring these indie artists to you all, because I think it's so important for you guys to hear it and see it, and yeah. So with that said, I'm going to shut up here, and I'm bringing this in for you.
Sometimes I feel like I'm someone else with no way to be me. Have I forgotten just who I am or who I'm supposed to be? Wandering through these thoughts inside my head. It's like I'm stuck in a dream. Can't you see all that you've done to me? Silently, all alone and gray. Can't you see all that you've done to me? Now I'll never be somebody's everything. I set a searching inside myself for a way to be free. Sometimes I feel like I'm someone else with no way to be me. Can't you see all that you've done to me? Silently, all alone and gray. Can't you see all that you've done to me? Now I'll never be somebody's everything. Can't you see all that you've done to me? Now I'll never be somebody's everything. Her emotions stir. She's out tonight. It's time to play. Wrong or right. She turns my way. Sets me aside. 'Cause I'm a prey. It's one hell of a night. I should've known that it was a mistake. Trust what you see when you drink, it's fake. Sleeping with a beauty, waking up to a beast. Hatred in her eyes from the pain underneath. I can't believe I just had that happen, so please tell her pass that. I'm feeling trapped like a lab rat, stuck in my hazardous fate. I have to escape before that I can take. I'd rather run with than wait. Cause damn it, now this is my place. My place. This is my place. It was all a blur. What went down last night? So guys, be sure to treat these ladies right. Cause you never know when you just might be the next one to have a hell of a night. I should have known that it was a mistake. Trust what you see when you drink, it's fake. Sleeping with a beauty, waking up to a beast. With hatred in our eyes from the pain underneath.
So many times that we try to make this right, make this right. Too many people in the world, all they do is fight, always fight. So many times that we try to make this right, make this right. Too many people in the world, all they do is fight, always fight.
Too many people hating, too many people stealing, too many people play with Satan with the sense of killing. Too many heroes run away and then become the villains. The massive gate hides the hate that they've been concealing. So take it back to the days when other people didn't run the wrestle praise. So take it back to when I was a kid, so I can get all the stupid things I did.
So many times that we try to make this right, make this right. Too many people in the world, all they do is fight, always fight. So many times that we try to make this right, make this right. Too many people in the world, all they do is fight, always fight.
Lining us up on the wall, taking shots. Believe me, this is not a scene that you see when you're looking in between. A man that feels so worthless until he is redeemed with no shame and no blame. So we all go by no names. Isn't this just so strange? What's up with the people with whom we love? Reset and started the bottom of change by not giving into these words by mistaking our hatred and kindness the same. Then we can all say.
So many times that we try to make this right, make this right. Too many people in the world, all they do is fight, always fight. So many times that we try to make this right, make this right. Too many people in the world, all they do is fight, always fight.
All right, well, we're definitely not here to see that. Okay, there we go. Get out of that, okay. Yeah, so that was pretty cool. Hope you enjoyed those tunes. Those were freaking awesome. Those are some earlier stuff, but do you remember how I was talking about indie artists and stuff? And I know, like I said, a lot of modern guys are doing it now. But even Mike went in and tried to do some rap, and then that last song that we played was more of a poetry rap. It wasn't really rap. Maybe he'll say it's rap, but it wasn't. It was more kind of like a flow music. Not quite rocky, but it was pretty good. But what's nice is to see that variety of everything that he's doing. And to know that if you spend a few dollars on something, you can hear some great tunes. Not just what you're hearing on the radio. You can come across and go, hey man, check this out, brother. take it off your phone or a CD if you still use those, and say, check this 3 Mind Blight out, man. But yeah, pretty awesome shit. So we're going to do, let me see if I can get this loaded up and do one more video, and then I'm going to be switching over to High Desert Queen. But yeah, I'd like to go ahead and get this last video in, because I noticed another newer video, and it's another one featuring someone else. So I always like that when I can show the artist not just doing their own song, but varieties of like what they do from a little bit old to the new stuff. But also when they have either 2 dudes or a dude and a chick or whatever, it's kind of neat to show that. Or, you know, I mean, some artists like could say, you know, I'm just, you know, Susie's on this singing, but I'm just jamming the guitar. I mean, that does happen, you know. I mean, look at bands like freaking Fleetwood Mac and stuff back in the day. It wasn't always, sometimes it was 2 chicks, 2 dudes, 1 chick, 1 dude. 1 dude, 2 chick, you know, I mean, they were all over the board. It's kind of nice, though, when you have a band that everybody can actually sing very well, right? Because that's what drives everything. Yeah, the guitar, everything drives. I mean, the guitar drives the tone and the movement and how fast and slow you're going to go, whereas the drum sets that beat as well to continue on, like kind of like a metronome, you know, and it sets that beat. But the vocals tells the story, and the story is what's got to get the artist, and it also goes up and down and grabs you by the freaking nuts. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. But I'm a vocalist, so, you know, of course that's what I'm going to love the most. Yeah, let me get this back up here again. I hate the fact that I had to shut it down so I could get the next one in. Let's see if I can get this loaded up correctly, and then we'll have something good.
Doing something for me.
Of course, it's always going to throw this garbage in. That's what I hate.
Global was the way to go.
Okay, whatever.
It was definitely the right time for me.
There's more to life than just being everyday average.
That's the problem when you get it off YouTube. You got to sit there through the ad.
It was me the whole time!
That drives me nuts.
Well done, ma'am. With Snapchat from Progressive, you get a personalized discount for vehicles.
And no, I'm not here for the ads because I don't get paid for them. Not yet. But you can't skip them.
Every time I think that I would rather be alone, I recognize my pride and stay at home. Yeah, I'm running, running.
just $67, you can make as many videos as you want, and you never need to pick up a camera or use any fancy editing software.
All right. Got out of that one quick enough, or sort of. All right, so that was Three Mind Blight, and you got to hear some music, a little bit of talk about the band. Again, their webpage is threemindblight.com. Totally awesome. Hopefully I can do a longer show with them and have actual videos that I don't have to cut from YouTube. There's another way to do it from YouTube, but every time I've tried that, it tends to get real jerky and moves a lot. So I have to do it this way, but the problem is I can't cut the ads out, which is crap. Again, if there's someone listening to this, this is all indie music. It's not copyrighted or anything. It's all proof that I can play it, so just in case. With that said, we're going to move it on to High Desert Queen right now and wrap up the show with this band. Again, like I said, this band hails out of Texas, I believe. If I'm correct, I'm pretty sure I am. So let me check and see and make sure. You can check them out at highdesertqueen.com, and they've been around for quite a while. And they have been touring, opening for big bands and shit like that. They've opened up for Ozzy, Rob Zombie, Zakk Wylde, Sabbath. They're signed with a company called Ripple Music that I have the pleasure of working with. Started about 2 years ago, and they sent me tons of bands. And I've talked to High Desert Queen, so that was a band that I've taken to heart. And they're out of Texas. Like I said, they call themselves Texas Desert Rock. I don't know what that really means. You know, back in the day, you used to think of Southern Fried Rock or whatever. But I don't know where they're touring right now. I'm trying to see if they've got a tour going on. Yeah, here we go. So, currently, they are, well, no, their tour looks like they actually are in the UK right now. They actually came to Nebraska, or will be coming to Nebraska, so I'll have to make sure I check them out. But they're coming to somewhere I've never heard of. So, I don't know, I've never heard of that, so I'm wondering if they messed up and put NE for New England, because NE's Nebraska, by the way. And then they're going out to Germany, and yeah, they tend to do a lot. When I talked to the dude over there, he was telling me that they tend to travel a lot. They do a lot of festivals and stuff here in America. But Ryan Garney, who formed the band, and Rusty Miller, they told me that they have spent a lot of time overseas. So I don't know. But yeah, their last album that was released was Secrets of the Black Moon back in October 15th of 2021. Obviously, that was towards kind of like the pandemic was ending and still had problems, so probably turned a lot on that last year. But most of their stuff is overseas right now, which sucks. But yeah, great band. So we're going to have me shut the hell up and play music for you guys. With that said, we're going to kick it off. I'm playing 3 songs by them. We're going to kick it off with a song called Skyscraper, and then The Wheel, and then one of my favorites called The Mountain versus the Quake. And it's old. It's like probably 5 or 6 years old. But it is still to this day just carries on, and I love this tune. But yeah, let's go ahead and get in with that, okay? Sounds good to me.
Flashing lights, time to see what it
All right, that's some good kick-ass hard rock. I love it. And it's about 5 years old, 4 or 5 years old. I believe off their first album. I don't think it's off this album, Secrets of the Black Moon. But anyways, with that said, I'm going to play one of the songs that whenever I was doing a show on my indie show part of my sets or on an indie show, I tried to always play this song because it's one of my favorite tunes. Probably, I've got a handful, but one of my favorite tunes that I've listened to in the past 5 years. Something about the way the riff goes and everything about it. I mean, the vocals are really cool, but it's the riff and everything that gets me on this one. So with that said, we just finished up Skyscraper and The Wheel from High Desert Queen. Next up, we're going to do The Mountain versus the Quake, one of my all-time favorite tunes. All right, let's go ahead and kick it off. yeah, one hell of a band. Oh, I love that song. That song just moves me every time I hear it. Anyways, with that said, we're going to play one video from this band. And it was released in 2023. I'm not sure if the song was released in 2023. I want to think the song was probably released in 2022. But totally cool. And I really want to go ahead and play it. It's a song called Black Moon. And again, this is done through Ripple Music. That's their the India studio that produces them. So let's go ahead and check this out, see how it goes.
Hey, Gloria. Yeah? The Headers of Queens, one of mine? Black Moon? Check the contract. Hang on.
right. All right, all right, all right. That's some good shit. And we are back. All right, so that ends the show, Disciples of Rock, with your host, DJCRU, presenting some of the best indie music. We just finished with High Desert Queen. I'd like to give a special thanks to the guests. Didn't have any on tonight as far as live, but we got to hear some great music. Also got to see some great videos that these bands have put out, both old and new. Got to experience from Three Mind Blight and from High Desert Queen stuff from years ago into the present, so that was kind of cool to see their evolution. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. Please tell people about it. Let's pass it around one way or the other. But thank you for everything. Until next week. I'm not sure who will be up next week, but we'll see. Got at least 15 bands lined up, so we'll see who gets popped in for next week. Thanks so much. Hopefully we'll have an actual live interview, at least for 15 minutes. And hopefully I'll get better at doing this production stuff. Thanks again. Have a good night, and we'll check you next time. Peace, love, and rock and roll.